I'm a researcher with the SERIES program, part of the California Resources Agency. And for the 2013 Golden Guardian exercise, we put together a usage score for the Resources Agency. And I want to explain a little bit on how we envision that core might be used to help agencies within California's resources agencies manage their own particular resources or facilities during an emergency event. And what I've done is put together a very simple example as how we envision usage being integrated into a manager's activities during an emergency. And this is a very simple example. I'm imagining that I'm a facilities manager that is managing a number of facilities in the San Francisco area. These actually just happen to be lead programs or lead buildings that I downloaded from GeoCommons, but you can imagine that there might be a various number of facilities that you might be managing. And you might be using Google Earth as a tool to help you coordinate different GIS data in that management. Now, one of the layers that you might add in that particular case then is a pointer to the California Resources Agency usage score. Now, a usage score collects information from the Resources Agency, but by having various agreements with other cores in different state and federal agencies, that core can actually, in real time, receive events and incidents that are being recorded by any number of agencies. And so it's a very effective way to exchange information quickly. Then as a resources agency employee, you're able to have a single point of contact and get access to all of these informations that exist through the sharing network that UCIDS provides. Normally, this would be running and would be refreshed every 5 minutes or so that you would be able to monitor new events as they arrive. What I've done here is sort of stopped it at one particular event, and that's a new event that has occurred right in downtown San Francisco. So if you're using Google Earth at this time, or you pull it up, you'll see a new event that comes up. And when you investigate that event, you can go and look at the original incident that prompted that. And here you can see that it's an earthquake. This is the beginning earthquake for the Golden Guardian event. Now, besides providing a mechanism to share information through the cores, what can also be done is the cores themselves can act on that information and build a higher level of information for its users. In this case, the Resources Agency is listening to incidents that come from any of the cores that have to do with earthquake events. And if it spots an earthquake event, then it will automatically assign a number of different GIS layers that are appropriate when dealing with an earthquake event. Here you can see a number of the layers that are provided, some of these by the Resources Agency. For example, liquefaction zones are provided. And just by clicking that particular information from that incident, you get a little bit of description about that and then a pointer that allows you to directly load that particular layer. So in green now we see all the liquefaction zones for that particular area. So as a manager for these facilities, you're now able to compare your facility locations with where liquefaction zones are and maybe come up with some methodology of prioritizing the areas that you might want to look at. Now, I said that I stopped this usage score in its tracks at this particular location. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start it up again and refresh for all of the information that's coming through. And you can see that when you do that, the usage, this particular layer is collecting a number of different events that are happening that are due to that particular earthquake event. Now, as a manager, I don't actually have any explicit relations with any of these other agencies. I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but because I'm accessing a core that has a relationship with those, I'm able to access that information as well. And it allows me to act on that. For example, I can see that subsequent to the earthquake, there's been a new incident that shows that the Bay Bridge has been closed. So this can inform me not only of the fact that I have transportation issues that I might have to deal with, but also that this might be an area that is has been hit harder with liquefaction than others. These particular incidents might have their own information as well. And I don't know who actually provided this information, but I can actually use it to see other types of information that might also help in my decision-making process. So we're excited about the use of UICDS to provide an information sharing layer that can be used by a number of different agencies within the Resources Agency to combine not only data and information within the agencies, but with a much larger group. Thank you very much.